It is time to spice up your love life this month with some heart-healthy food. Mercy Health registered dietitian Amy Bragagnini is here to show us some great options. Always bringing something new to the table, and you did not disappoint this time around.
Yeah, we just talked about it. I feel like I've been saying heart-healthy foods are so important for years and years and years, but today I kind of wanted to present just a little bit of a different spicy take on it.
I got to tell you, I don't know how I feel about the green hamburger, because if it looked like this in my fridge, I'd probably throw it away because I'd say it's been in there too long. But this is intentional.
It is intentional. I know, I felt the same way. When I first saw the recipe online, I thought, that's interesting. That's kind of why I wanted to present it.
Right.
So it's basically edamame and carrots, broccoli slaw, a little bit of egg, and breadcrumbs that bound it together, and cilantro. That's kind of like the really nice green. Now, to the left there, I wanted to kind of show that that was my first attempt. So dietitians aren't always the best cooks right away, but you know, if you persist and persevere, it'll turn out all right. You know,
I do like things a little bit on the well-done side, so that's okay.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Sometimes you have a little bit of crunch, and that's good to know too, you know. And then I like the size of this though, is it's a perfect portion size.
Yeah, not many people like the bun aspect of it too, because you kind of lose the flavor. So that's why I put the lettuce and the tomatoes there too.
Okay,
so.
And what makes this so heart healthy?
Oh my goodness, yes. So the beans themselves have soluble fiber. Soluble fiber can help raise your good cholesterol and lower your bad cholesterol and help your blood pressure.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
And now we're going to move on to, you know, a little snacking. We need a little snack every once in a while.
Yep. Speaking of beans, this is a traditional hummus, but not with the traditional chickpeas. It's the Great Northern bean is the base for that. And there's a little hot sauce in there too. So it kind of adds a little bit of a different flavor to it.
And does it give it a different consistency?
It really does. It's still pretty creamy.
Okay.
But it tends to not be as thick, I think.
All right.
So.
And you just use the canned beans?
Yeah, absolutely. Just rinse them and.
Makes it easy that way, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Get your food processor
And then you have an interesting cracker with it too.
Yep, whole grain. So speaking of, again, heart health, it'll help keep you fuller longer, so you tend to hopefully not eat as much throughout the whole day.
And now we're moving on to the sweet treats, which I love.
Yes, sweet potato muffins. That's the first time I ever tried to make them, and they're quite good. And there's only a few ingredients, just sweet potatoes and a little bit of flour, a little bit of sugar, but I think the sweet potatoes add the sweetness to it, so you don't have to add as much sugar.
I wouldn't have thought, you know, you hear about doing it with applesauce or banana or, you know, different things that you can add in to take out some of the other, you know, ingredients that aren't as good for us. But sweet potatoes I never would have thought of. Do you have to like grate the sweet potato, or how does that work?
You know, I think some recipes call for that. This, I just basically baked them and then peeled them, although the peel is probably pretty good too.
And then mashed them up.
And mashed them up.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, a good old salad.
Oh my goodness, a kale salad. So I mean, again, I've presented kale salads before, but this take is a warm kale salad.
Oh, okay.
So the kale itself isn't warm, but the farro with the cheese and then a little bit of a warmer dressing on the top, it just changes the flavor, and I think it increases the satisfaction.
So you don't have to worry about wilting your kale. You put that in and everything else sort of does that for you as you're mixing it together.
Yep, and I know I've had recipes where you can wilt the kale. This kale is massaged.
Oh, okay.
So olive oil and a little bit of salt. So
makes it a little bit easier to chew.
Absolutely.
Well, thanks so much for these great ideas. You can find a copy of these recipes on 13onyourside.com.